In today's episode, our patron Smoke and Kerbin will have a chance to take this awesome selfie, because we will be deploying the Zoology Bay, which is the second of the station science experiments, to our science research station, and so let's get into it. The first thing that we need to unlock is obviously scanning tech, because it will give us access to the seed growth experiment, which I was hoping to do in the previous episode. It will give us access to some kibble, and it will give us access to this Zoology Bay, which we will be launching all the way to the station. And while we already have some additional science, I might actually use it to build the Saturn mobile launcher. I don't know if we will use it in this episode, but we might as well unlock it. So let's get right into it. Once again, the craft itself will be somewhat similar to the previous experiment craft in the respect that we are building with Rodon capsule, which is basically the SpaceX version of Crew Dragon. And inside, this time, instead of fuels, we will be sticking the experiment of the seed growth together with some batteries and some life support that has to be just enough for us to be able to be there. Now, you will notice quickly that our station doesn't have any life support supplies because I bring constantly new ones. This might not be efficient, but at least, and that actually prevents us that we cannot be permanently in space still. So we're just visiting. The modules that will allow us to be more permanently there are coming, I promise. However, first things, we want to do some experiments to see how everything will fare. I mean, can we have a plant growth in space? We have been testing the fuels in the previous episode. So, this lander will be slightly different in terms of it will have the RCS fuel, so it will have more RCS rather than this boilerplate which we had with the everything else. So I'm actually constructing it because this one will be docking, and this one will be docking to the bottom port on the large base. So I actually am gonna place this thing. This is actually mainly for the return if we need to. I mean, these orbital maneuvering engines are so beautiful. Right, hold on, actually maybe I don't need this. Think about this. So maybe I could actually go directly. Oh yes, oh wait a second, now we're talking. Okay, Zoology Bay, kibble, fine, another kibble, and yeah, we can actually use the RCS thrusters to return back, because we can, why not? Okay, that makes sense, cool. And then we put this tiny orbital maneuvering pod to get us and perform the rendezvous. Yes, okay, now we're talking. Now, this will be a thing that will be docking to our station, so we have to make sure that it has enough RCS to dock, and also I'm using here a mod called, what was it, RCS docking balancer or something, I don't know. Anyway, RCS build aid, yes, that's the one. Fine. Now, with that thing being balanced, now, so that is our payload. So now I want to be placing also Separatrons, because with this build-up we will have a lot of debris in orbit. So I want to deorbit all that additional debris. So everything that is not exactly needed will be deorbited and sent back to Kerbin to burn up in a fiery re-entry. Right? Okay, fuel tank. Now let's see. I do also need ability to rendezvous, and I'm trying to see where is my skipper engine, and I cannot find. Oh, there it is. Oh wait, that's actually too much. I don't need that much for the rendezvous. I need to get to the orbit, surely, but can we go with something like that? Maybe smaller, 724 meters. Even that feels like a complete overkill. So what I'm thinking, I need actually more fuel to get into orbit versus the usage of this. So let me think about this. Can I use like 2 tanks? No, wait, let's go for the Bagora tank, or Ghidorah tank. Okay, that feels too large, to be honest. So no, this feels better. But then again, I have the Bagora tank. Where is it? Okay, there. Oh, that is perfect. 1.49 and 3000 meters per second. Although that's not enough to get us into, I mean, it's enough to get us almost into orbit, but if I put like 2 of the additional tanks there. Hold on, I have this big Ghidorah. Oh, now we're talking. So it's gonna look a little bit like Falcon Heavy, to be honest. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I just need to fine-tune the location now. Okay, perfect. So now it's fine-tuned. So now we had engines and it's no longer fine-tuned. Oh, the OCD is gonna kill me. Okay, a little bit up. There we go. Now it's good. Okay, so let me put some aerodynamic caps on top. Where are you? There we go. Beautiful. Now let's put in the fuel ducts to actually make it a little bit... So it's not exactly like Falcon Heavy, but yeah. Separatrons, I mean, these huge rockets definitely need Separatrons to help them detach from the main stage, so I'm making sure that we have. And I'm actually doing this in symmetry, so whenever I'm placing on this side, I'm placing on the other two. Right, okay, so that thing is covered. Making sure we auto-strut everything, good. Then, what I want to be placing, I want to be placing some tail fins just to make sure that this flies straight and true. And then let's see for the launch tower. I'm trying to find some good one. Okay, this is a Saturn launcher. No. Titan? No. I'm actually trying to find... Wait, this one is quite big, so maybe we can actually use the Delta IV Heavy. I'm just trying to find it. So after some search, I finally found the Delta IV Heavy launch stand, and that's the one I'm gonna use. Perfect! Look at it, it looks perfect. So yeah, it's not gonna be Delta IV Heavy, it's not gonna set itself on fire like the Delta IV Heavy, but I think, oh yeah, this looks good. Delta IV Heavy tower, and I'm gonna be having attachment points. Okay, base extension. This looks actually quite good to me. What doesn't look good to me is that tiny, narrow area upstairs. Hold on. Let me first remove the tail fins. Tail fins cannot be if we're using that launcher. And also, I need to be placing some SAS because the lack of the aerodynamic stability can be compensated to a degree with SAS. Shall we put in the launch tower? I'm thinking we should probably. Let's see. Hold down clamp. Oh, that's too big. Can we put smaller one? Oh, that's actually close. Let's see if we can set the length. Okay. Oh, that looks cool. If it folds in the right way, good. Nice. I mean, why do I want to have it? I have absolutely no idea, but it still looks cool. Fine. So, making sure that I got my staging correct. Let's put some more lights. Actually, lights here. And then this lights over there, and I'm actually thinking of even putting some bigger lights later on. Okay, let me see the remote tech section of it, just in case we need it. Unfolding, but I really don't like the fact that this rocket, it has this dent inside. So let's do it like this. I'm gonna be placing a fairing and then just closing it up. Yeah, there we go. Now it looks cool. Okay, that works. So I'm thinking we should probably... Okay, there are a few more things. Wrong panels, now are the correct ones. And I want to be putting Separatrons on multiple stages. So I want to be putting Separatrons also. This tank is actually also too big. I want to use smaller tank. How is this one for size? Still too big. What about this one? Aha! That will work quite nicely, actually. Okay, I'm gonna use that one then. So then Separatrons on this tank, Separatrons on that tank, just to make sure that we decouple it nicely. Okay, checking my staging before we do some final construction shenanigans. Okay, there we go. This, now in sequence. Okay, putting the Separatrons that they work together. Okay, making sure that we have auto-strutted everything, and okay. I think more or less we are ready for the launch. This looks good to me, so let me just see a couple more lights. We do need more lights. Yes. Okay, good. It's a beautiful morning and our Zoology Bay deployer is sitting at the launch pad, so we might as well go for the launch. So, okay, Jeb, Bill, Bob, no, get out. Our flight will be, first we will take our Stian Storengen, my YouTube member. You will be piloting the mission. Then we will be taking scientists, and I'm talking Joey. Okay, Joey, get on board. Let's see, Timo, Smoken, and Joey. Joey, where are you? No, sorry, we will not be taking Joey, we'll be taking Dan. Oh, look at this beautiful morning. Okay, detaching. The reason why I opted for Dan, because Dan is engineer, and we will be doing the docking, so there might be post repairs that need to be done. And we are off. Look at how well this is going. It's beautiful. Rising into the morning dawn. Oh, this is just amazing. It's funny to say, I hope the KSP 2 will have equally beautiful graphics. Look at this. Yeah. Alright, looks gorgeous. Come on, and there we go. This game is 12 years old, but still has specs, some kick. Amazing. There we go, ascending. Stian, you're taking us at a little bit steeper angle, but it is intended because... yeah. Oh, look at it go. Woohoo! It really has a little bit of that Falcon Heavy vibe, but we will not be recovering the booster. And the moon gently rises behind Kerbin. Right, soon enough. We have 400 meters per second. Okay, we are going for the apoapsis just above 90 so that we can wait for the station to come to us. There we go. Detaching the side boosters. Everything is in order. Beautiful. Setting station as target, and now let's go do a maneuver node to secure us a rendezvous. Alright. Good, 1200, and let's say periapsis has to be above ground, so let's go with, let's say, 89 periapsis by 90 apoapsis. That's 1300 meters per second, and I think it will be fine. There we go. Ditching the fairing, taking out the solar panels, and let's burn. We have more than enough fuel. This time I was a little bit conservative with taking more fuel than I need because we need to perform rendezvous and docking, and yeah, it's a little bit always tricky, so it's fiddly. So okay, let's see, now are we going 400 meters per second. We have additional 9 seconds of burning, getting close, and okay, now we're at 36 periapsis. I'm just increasing my periapsis by a little, and then we will be detaching and sending bye-bye to the booster. The booster will coming back to Kerbin and burn up. Yeah, I know, I ditched a lot of fuel. The reason for ditching it because I want to dispose of the booster. Right. So there we go. Perfect. And now we have to secure ourselves a rendezvous. So I'm thinking at the periapsis I'm gonna do a burn that will secure us the rendezvous. I'm actually gonna expand my orbit so that we are at roughly, I'm thinking, 100 meters per second further out, and then we're gonna wait until the station catches up to us. That's the plan anyway. So, and this way we don't have to kill a lot of relative velocity, we just let it catch up to us at a later point. Look, so now we have a close encounter on the next orbit. So if I just now go like this and then I tweak a little bit, there we go, we have a very, very decent encounter. So in 1 minute and 4 seconds I just need to do a tiny tweak maneuver of 8.5 meters per second, and we will be ensuring the rendezvous. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and ignition. There we go. So let's check out that rendezvous. 1.2 kilometer separation. That's perfect. And that's gonna be happening on the next orbit. So now what I want to do, I'm actually, and the relative velocity will be 50 meters per second. So what I want to do now, I want to ditch this stage. So I'm turning my rocket prograde, and then I'm gonna be decoupling this booster. So yeah, bye bye, off it goes. So the Separatrons will take it retrograde, which means it will end up finally going back to Kerbin as well. Okay, so here let's put a maneuver node here, or let's just warp. until we get a close encounter. We have 235 meters per second to burn, and we have, I think, 60 meters that we need to cancel out. So yeah, 60 meters per second. So right now I'm gonna immediately start preparing and making sure that we align for the upcoming rendezvous. There we go. 40 meters per second difference, and if we burn, I mean, I expect the encounter will take majority of my 187 meters per second, and that's fine. So okay, we are closing in. As I said, the trick is I don't know why I don't see the station closing up on me. Okay, good. Now I've killed the relative velocity, so the relative velocity at the point of contact will be 20 meters per second, and that's perfect. I can easily cancel out that velocity with this orbital maneuvering thruster. So we are closing in on the station. I have to also figure out where it is relative, so it should be outwards that way. Okay, good to know. So somewhere that way. Oh, I can see it. I just have to make sure that I'm going straight for it. So I'm trying to align yellow and the purple nav ball, or pink markers, retrograde markers on the nav ball, because if they are on top of each other, that means that we will be ending up at the same location in space. And there it is. 7 meters per second. When we come really close, I'm gonna ditch this orbital maneuvering thrusters and just focus on the RCS. Yeah, we are 160 meters away. Good. In the nav ball alignment indicator, this DST means complete distance. CDST is actually the distance, I would say, if you print it on 2D plane, basically. It doesn't take into account the Z-axis, which is also height. So, okay, there we go. Let's point the craft maneuver prograde, and we will be ditching this last booster. Bye-bye. Good. We don't need it. Okay, controlling from the docking port. You need to undock this fuel tank because we have no other place where we can dock, because we have the big adapter. I mean, theoretically I could connect to the dock, but then I cannot leave. So the Rodan capsule has its small docking port, but I want to be attaching the Zoology bay to the station permanently. So yeah, that's why. Right. So this is a little bit of a fiddly process because, I mean, the craft is balanced. I did it well, but the problem is that we are in a relative heading towards this one, and it's not easy to turn because I'm turning, think of it like turning an aircraft carrier under handbrake, something like that. So, okay, we will be targeting that senior docking port. Okay, now making sure that we are aligned, there we go, and now we will need to start burning to secure us an encounter. Okay, burning towards it. There we go. Also, our C distance, which is -14 C distance, means that how are our docking ports aligned when put in like the same, if put beside each other, so to say. So, okay, now we are putting some distance. There is 2.5 meter, and I'm making sure that I'm chasing the green lines with my yellow. Okay, we need to push this. Come on, push it. All right. So now we have pushed to the side the previous tank that was actually with this with the station. As you can tell, it's drifting. It's drifting away. Good. That was the intention. Now we need to get back and we need to dock. So making sure that we are correctly aligned, which we are. 3 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter, and docked. Beautiful. Gentlemen, congratulations on a successful docking. Now our station has also the Zoology bay. Beautiful. So we have cows in space. Woohoo! Yeah, I used to joke because this like is the zoology bay means like animals are up there and we are doing experiments in terms of how much are they liking the zero-G environment. So we are doing cows in space. Yeah, you read that correct. And look at Timo. Timo, he is just chill. He is just like, yeah, this is cool. I'm doing this. Okay, Dan, yeah, as I promised, it's time for your selfie. So Dan, you're an engineer. You can actually inspect the docking and docking ports and if everything is okay from the outside. But first you take this cool selfie. You've deserved it, buddy. Look at it go. Okay, Dan. Now, check from the seal from the outside. Do we have a soft dock? Is everything okay? Looks good. Hard dock achieved. Okay, good. You're happy? Well, if you're happy, I'm happy, buddy. Okay, turn on your lights, will you? Good. Okay. And board. Check it that everything is okay from the inside, if you will. Good. Alright. That being said, our experiments can actually start running. So Dan, you go back. You have inspected everything. Go back to the capsule. And I think we need to transfer the scientists. So, there we go. Our Eurekas are piling in. We have plenty of time. So, now it's a matter of conducting the experiments. The experiment that we'll be doing today is seed growth, meaning we are checking if the plants will grow in microgravity. If that can be done, that means we could be setting up shop. Okay, so sometime later on, a few orbits later, I have decided to actually retire this little piece of astronautic hardware, meaning I'm gonna deorbit it. And it's gonna meet its fiery demise. So let's see how is our experiment progressing. Yeah, we are getting some Eurekas, and I think I'm actually gonna time skip until we get more Eurekas on board. So, few days later, we were able to finalize results. We have gotten the seed growth. It's 75 science. Beautiful. It took us basically 3-4 days. So now we are gonna be transferring all the scientists back to the Rodan capsule and taking them back safely to Kerbin. Okay, there we go. Smoking. You go out, buddy. Enjoy a little bit. Take a selfie if you will. Lights up. Okay, beautiful. There is no up and down in space. So, boarded, and now it's time that we close the dock and we are out of here. So we will be undocking, and then that leaves us with a nice docking port where we can actually connect in the future to our zoology bay. So that was the whole idea. Oh, wait a second. Have I forgotten to put the docking port on the zoology bay? Oh boy. Oops. Yeah, now I don't know how we will be able to dock with this craft ever again. Yeah, I might have just pooped it. Okay, well, we still have experiments to recover, so off we go. Deorbit, gentlemen, and make sure that we come back home safely. It's a problem for the engineers in the lab. Right now, there's nothing we can do with it. Let's set our periapsis to a nice cozy 30-ish kilometers, and then we will be performing the re-entry. Alright, fold in the solar panels. I don't know why, because we will be dumping this stage anyway. And there we go. Bye-bye. Okay, so it's time for the re-entry. Guys, are you ready? I think by now this is pretty much standard procedure, but it never gets old. I like re-entering, especially with this cloud layer. Right. Accelerating a great deal. There we go. And let's go back. Okay, so we have not decelerated as much as we did the last time, so it does take a little bit more, and sun sets. Alright, hitting the chutes, and Here we go. Perfect. Alright, that's it for today's mission, guys. You have gotten some cool ribbons, and I'll see you in the next episode.